What's up, champions? Welcome to another video. So in this video I want to explain how to progress from week to week when it comes to weighted calisthenics and also the usual calisthenics. So basically what everybody's trying to do is kind of lift a little bit more weight every week. So going for 2.5 increase every week, trying to lift more every week. But we all know you can't lift more every week because otherwise everybody would be freakishly strong, but the strength adaptation doesn't happen so fast. So basically what I encourage you to try is step loading. It's a very simple principle but works like a charm. So basically, to summarize it, it's staying with the same weight for a longer period of time until it's not challenging anymore, kind of becomes easy, and then you make a bigger increase in weight. So I know this sounds a bit boring, like, oh, I have to lift the same weight over and over again. Yes. If you truly want to be strong, yes, this is a very simple principle, and also it weeds out the impatient people. That's what Paolo Tsatsouline said, and I completely agree with that assessment, because going for that true strength, achieving something of true significance is going to take a longer time. And if you use this principle, it's just a very sustainable way of making progress without worrying so much every week about how much weight you're going to lift. So basically, let's say you can do pull-ups with about 20 kgs, you can do 5 sets of 5 is like very difficult. That's a very difficult session. So in that case, you're working with 20 kgs. Maybe you go for 5 sets of 5, maybe you go for 6 sets of 4, maybe you do 8 sets of 3. So here you can basically play around with the variables, but you're lifting the same amount of weight every week until it starts becoming easy. And it will become easy, and that's the true kind of nice part about strength training. And you can clearly see that you've made good progress, because this weight used to be extremely difficult, and now 5 sets of 5 is becoming easy. Like maybe it was 3 weeks, maybe it was 4 weeks, 5 weeks, but it will become easy. And then you can make a bigger increase in weight, and it's that clear sense of accomplishment, which I really like. So maybe you used to work with 40 kgs, but now 40 kgs is no longer challenging, and you can step it up. You can go with 50 kgs. And that sounds like something, oh, but is it truly that simple? Yes. That's the beautiful part of it, because everybody tries to go, oh, let's go for 60 kgs today, try a 1 rep max. Oh, it didn't work out. Oh, let's try 50. Oh, but today I can only work with 30. And then the next training session you try to lift more, and then you realize, oh shit, I can't. So it can be very frustrating. While if you work with the same weight, you're gonna have a very clear sense of, okay, this used to be very difficult, now it's easy. And it's very simple, and it's also very safe regarding the injuries, because you're not working on such high intensity always. And from time to time, that's also a very important part of strength training, it should feel easy. It shouldn't always feel extremely difficult. That's a very important part, because everybody loves to push themselves. I also in that category, I love to train hard, but you don't always go full on balls out, hardcore training session till I die. That's far from the best way of progressing. So that's why when you stay with a weight, make sure that it actually does become easy. So it actually is no longer challenging, and then you're going to be able to make a bigger increase in weight. And then that way it's going to be challenging in the beginning, and then again it starts to feel a bit easier, and then you progress like that. I would usually train the same movement pattern about 2 times per week. So let's say doing weighted pull-ups would be about 2 times per week, because then you can afford to do a bit more sets, because you have 2 days to recover. So you can put in a bit more sets, and also some sets for an accessory exercise perhaps, so it works like a charm. And then from time to time, simply take an active rest week if you're feeling like it's getting a bit tricky. So maybe something every 4 weeks, every 5 weeks, I would take an active rest week, which basically means I only do 2 sets per exercise. So I usually have 3 exercises in my training session, something like the weighted pull-up, so vertical plane pulling, then something like horizontal plane pulling, so either it's the front lever pull-up or it's the row. And then I usually finish with something for the bicep, or even something accessory for the back, so maybe something like the arching active hang, for example. But on the active rest week, I only do 2 sets per exercise. So as simple as that. So I only do 2 sets of weighted chin-ups, 2 sets of rows, 2 sets of something for the bicep or something for the back. So that's basically it. So only keep it at 2 sets, so altogether that's 6 sets in a training session, and that's my active rest week. So I still lift heavy, but because the volume is lower down, you're able to recover, and the next week you're able to go heavy. So that's basically it. Yeah, that's basically all I had to say. So yeah, this is a very simple principle, but it works. Use the same amount of weight, be patient, stick with that, play around a little bit with the variables, so with the sets and the reps, until the weight is actually no longer challenging, and then you make a bigger increase in weight. So that's all there is. And when it comes to other calisthenic exercises, stick with the same progression until it starts becoming easy. And it should be easy for a while, maybe for a week it feels fairly easy, and then you make an increase in intensity. So either go with a more difficult variation of the exercise or try to put more weight there. So yeah, basically go with a more demanding variation of the exercise. And yeah, that would be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. This is very simple stuff, but it works like a charm. If you want some tutorials, if you want some specific routines, some guidance towards achieving something like the 1-arm chin-up or the handstand push-up, then click the link right here in the video description and check out some of my tutorials. So I've created about, I think it's 8 tutorials. You have the how-to videos, you have the routines right there, so you simply gotta follow it, be consistent, and you'll have amazing results. So if it sounds interesting, check out, click the link here in the video description, and I'll see you guys there. Thank you so much for your time. Boom.